Good evening. Welcome to the Gem of All Trades channel. We are streaming. Let's check the stream. I'm glad you joined me. If you are, don't forget to let me know that you're here. I'm going to find you on my phone and we'll get going here. Hope y'all are doing all right tonight. And let me know about the sound. I'm using a new unsupported resolution. That's a bummer. Let me know about the video. It might be okay. It's telling me unsupported resolution. I may have to change some resolution here. Let me know once you join. Hey Max, Alex, and Blur, can you see me okay? All good? All right. It's saying, does the screen look okay? It says unsupported resolution. I need to change it to 1024. Oh, wait a minute. It's not supported. 1280 to 720. Let me just run in the settings real fast and see if we can change it here. Output. It's not letting me change it while I'm here. Can't change it while live. Does it look okay to you? If it looks okay, I'll just stay with it. Does it sound all right? Da-da-da. Let me know. Give me some feedback, guys. The night wave, does that mean yes, it looks good? Okay, all right. We'll just keep it, and I'll worry about that. This is a new laptop. And trying it for the first time. I want to make sure it looks okay. Is there any kind of lag or jerking in the video? There it is. Alright, I got you on my phone here, so let's get to the charts. Alright, cool. Thanks. Sorry about that. That's kind of a slow way to start. Sorry about that. Trying to find the chat. There we go. Looks fine. BTC is moving. Yeah, it's moving. LTC is moving too. Oh, you say I'm lagging 100%? Like it's bad? Oh, no lagging, period. You're 100%. Gotcha. All right, I got it. All right, let's take a peek at what's going on here. We just got to move in the market like right before. Oh, thank you. I'm trying to understand. I want to make sure we're good because this is new equipment. I want to make sure it's good. So, all right, let's just jump in real fast and see what's going on, and you guys can chat there. Military. Hey, brother, appreciate you, man. Thanks for being our servants. We really appreciate you, man. Thank you. Change up your English. All right. Let's see here. A couple things. When I put a fib on this move, this is BTC. We'll look at LTC as well here. When I put a fib on this move right here, it comes down to the 1276. We come right down to a corrective fib, and then we tried to bounce up, tried to come back down, bounced again. So. Looks like we're getting, another corrective, another move. Now this looks corrective. It's hard to tell exactly what that is, but we are moving along, aren't we? Let's see. This LTC is moving here. I'll show you what LTC was looking like beforehand. So my fibs on LTC. We're sitting at the 1276 and kind of came down correctively, and this might be a fifth wave. Even though this came up, this might be some kind of a fifth wave move, even though this didn't really come to the 1618 generally tries to. This might be the fifth wave of 3. It's hard to tell. Doesn't the wave structure here is very odd. I mean, it looks corrective at first, but it also looks impulsive. So it just doesn't measure super impulsively here. This looks like a 1, 2, 3, 4. I was calling this maybe like an extended fifth or something, but it went past that. So you know, I was thinking it's corrective, going to come on down. I thought if we got any correction, it would probably keep on trucking down, but it's not. So market always does what you don't expect it to do. But let's see if we can figure it out here. The night way, by the way, I'm from Chesapeake, Virginia. We're very military friendly out there, buddy. It's right near Norfolk. What branch are you in? Let's see here. Okay, so the move we have going on is this is just Litecoin right now. Looking at this move, this came to the 1-to-1 extension. The 1276 is up here at 75. I've been calling for that target for a while. There's a chance we might make it up there tonight, but I believe that's about as far as we're going to get on this push. But we'll have to wait and see what we get. It's not, you know, pushing too strongly. Looks like Bitcoin. There it is. Nice. You're in San Antonio now. Awesome. Yep, I went to school at Christopher Newport University in Newport News. Hey, thanks, Rob. Ron, appreciate that. Carolyn's son's in the Marines. Awesome. I think I mentioned that before, but thank you guys. We love y'all, appreciate y'all for doing what you do. All right, man, Litecoin is just pumping. I hate when it does that, especially when I'm not in a position, because I am not in a position. I've been staying out for now because just the market direction hasn't been super clear. So I guess when this came down to the 1276, I could have. Let me turn my phone off. It's just notifications are on. There we go. Yep, 72 might get rejected. I hope it does. I'd like to see it coming down. Let me turn off my notifications for our chat here. Sorry. This is just all right, there we go. That was a Telegram group. If you're not part of the Telegram, join the Patreon and we'll get you into the Telegram group. So we'd love to have you. My head covers the bottom right of the screen. Okay. Let me see. I don't know if I can change where it is. Does that change for you? Is that helpful? How's that look? Move your head. Is that better? Did I make it better? Oh, you know what? I see. It's the resolution. That's the problem, guys. It's the resolution. All right. All right. Here's what I'm going to do. Y'all stay here. I'm going to stop the stream. I'm then going to change the resolution on my computer because that's the problem. And then let me get back. Come back in. Okay. I got to stop the stream just for a minute. All right, is that better? Let's see if we can find out here. It's not better, is it? Crud. I had to move it there. That's not right. That's not good. Not good. Guys, I am having technical difficulties here. I apologize. Really do. Yeah, I know. Yeah. Well, I just want you to be able to see. I'll just try to do my best to watch my stream there on my cell phone and keep my head out of the way. Yeah, again, I changed laptops and the resolutions were a little different, so sorry about that, guys. I really am, but we'll do our best. Chill, the live stream always comes back. I love it. I love it. That's awesome. Okay. So yeah. Let's measure this wave here. So we had this is Litecoin. Litecoin seems to be moving more. Came to the 1276. We're making another push up to the 1276. If we reach the 1618, that's going to be a little bit more bullish. So that's 72.39 for us there. 72.39 there. It looks better on your screen. Let's see here. Let's go to Bitcoin here. Bitcoin, on the other hand, I'm just checking my screen the whole time just to make sure it's on your screen properly. Let me see if it yeah. Let's see here. So I don't like this move right here. Man, this all-day chop today was very, very odd. Very, very odd. When we put a measurement on this move right here, you can see that we came pretty much up to the 1-2. Let me get it in your screen. Yep, it's on your screen. Okay. We come to the one-to-one extension there, and then we had a rejection off of that. So I mean that move was pretty odd. You can see this trend line here. Let me just go to the 30-minute. Man, I'm really frustrated about the settings on this live stream. I feel so bad right now. You can see that we broke. I had several channels drawn. We broken out of them. So here's we had this, we had 4 touches here on this guy, and then we had a 5th touch, and then it broke out. Now it's retesting that. There's a chance that we might all this is just a, and then we continue on. So I'm not sure about that. I would like that to be the case. I've been wanting Bitcoin to go ahead and take a dive for a while. Let's measure this guy. We are bouncing off of the 1276 right now. We bounced off it twice on this 3rd candle. Looks like we're trying to push through it, trying to get up to the 1618. We'll have to see. Again, if we make it up here to the 1618 right here, then which is 10,385. If we make it to there, then that's going to be a little bit more like a 3-wave. So remember, guys, those of you who are kind of new or don't, why don't you capture the whole screen? I am capturing the whole screen. Sorry, pretty much, yeah, I'm capturing the whole screen. Wait a minute. Oh, guys, hey, I can rescale this. Guys, I'm gonna be right back. Let me get this right because this bothering me. It's messing me up. Let me stop this. Okay, I think we've got it. Yes, we have it, folks. It is fixed. Woo! Just a simple setting. There it is. Nice. All right, sorry about that. I'm back. It was just a setting on my my base canvas. Thanks, Blurry or Blurly, whatever it is. All right, there we go. We got it. I'm so happy now. I can focus on what I'm doing. All right, so yeah, so this move right here is kind of moving right. It's right bouncing 3 times now, 3 candles off the 1276. If you guys are new to the channel or new to Elliott Wave, let me just explain something to you. When you have an Elliott Wave move like this, okay, there's five wave impulse. As it's being formed, you don't know what it is as it's being formed, right? So let me get that off of there and show you what I mean. So you don't know what this is as it's being formed, right? So maybe you have something like this, and so what you do is we could throw our fibs on the first wave and then down to the second. So we're measuring the first wave, okay, and then telling it to start basically the next measurement of the next wave at the bottom of that wave, and then we're going to extend it. If price comes up to the 1-to-1 extension right there, this 1 right there, that's the 1-to-1. That means this wave is a 1-to-1 ratio of that wave. It's 100% of that wave. If it comes up to the 127 basically 127% of it, that's the 1276 ratio. And what that means is it is corrective. It generally corrections in ABC will generally stop there. Okay, so now if it continues on and comes up to the 1618, that's generally indicative of a third wave. And so if it's a third wave, we should expect a retrace of a fourth wave and then another fifth wave, something like that. Okay, if it's a correction, like if it stops here, then we should expect 5 waves down to the downside. And so that's how we can tell when things come to particular fib levels, we can tell what they might be doing based upon the fib level it comes to. Okay, if you'll hold on 1 second, I need to send a message here. Tell me in the comments if you understand that clearly. All right, sorry about that. Trying to find the chat again. Man, this whole night is just horrible. Sorry, I'm really sorry, guys. I will promise to take a look at BAT. So that's how we use our fibs. That's how we use the fibs to measure. Okay. So again, what we do, let me just apply that to this market here, just so you can understand. What we do is, let me just kind of delete all this stuff here. So here's our move from a pivot right down here. We're going to take the trend-based Fibonacci extension. Okay, it's right here, the trend-based Fibonacci extension. Click on that guy, activate it. We're going to click at the bottom and measure the first wave. There's the first wave with 2 clicks, the first one and the second one. And then we're going to bring it over, because that's the measurement tool, and we're going to tell it at the bottom of the next wave so we can measure that wave in comparison to the other. So what we're doing is we're actually comparing one wave to another wave, and we're seeing how do they relate to each other as far as their wavelengths, because in Elliott Wave there are certain guidelines that tell you if this particular structure has to be related in these Fibonacci levels. And that's the hard part about Elliott Wave. You got to learn what those Fibonacci levels are. There's all kinds of cheat sheets out there, websites you can go to kind of pull those up. Understand that. So I'm getting some messages from on YouTube here. I mean on Facebook. Sorry about that. So anyway, so when I measure this one to this one, you can see how this wave came to the 1-to-1 extension. So what that means is the length of this wave right there is directly related 100% to the length of that wave. You can see how they're the same length. Okay? All right. Now, meow. As we measure this wave here, and then we put it from this, so now what we're measuring here is this move all the way up. Oh, not that, sorry. Let's try that again. We're measuring this move right here and comparing it to this move. What's the size? What's the relationship as far as the size? Which one's bigger? Well, this one's bigger, but how much bigger? Well, this wave came 100% is right here. So if I just simply move this, I've already measured it there. If I move that right there, you can see how it comes to the 100% of the one-to-one extension. Well, this one actually came to the 1272 extension. I've got 1276 on my fibs, but I use the 1272 is the actual fib level. So this came to the 1272 and then reversed off of that. So this is a corrective type structure. It's a three-wave structure that is corrective in nature. How do we know it's corrective? Generally because it comes to the 1276. Okay, so 127, the 1-to-1 and the 127 are corrective fibs. When you get to the 1618 and beyond that, you're talking impulsive. An impulse is, when you have, that's when the move is moving. Okay, that's when it's going, and you get 5 waves to the upside. Corrective is 3 waves to the opposite of the trend. So if the trend is going down, corrective is going up. And so that's what you have. Now, what we have off of this, so we have a 3-wave move here. Okay, got 3 waves. Now, what are we getting? Are we getting 1, 2, 3 waves down? Or are we going to get 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 like that? A 5-wave impulse? Or what are we getting now? That's the big question mark. And so this can be interpreted as 5 waves right there. So that's somewhat impulsive. I can actually measure this impulsively. There's a way to do that. I can also measure a certain way where it seems corrective. So I'm not sure what that is, but it could be an impulse. It looks 5-wave-ish. But it could be interpreted 3-wave-ish. That's the difficulty of Elliott wave, is interpreting it as it's being made. After it's made, and then once you have a larger context, it's really easy, right? But anyway, so then what do you find next? You've got this 3-wave structure right here, right? That's 3 waves. It's clearly 3 waves. So let's measure the relationship between those waves. What you're going to find is that they're about 1-to-1. It looks similar to a flat, but it's just a 1-to-1 ABC. That is an ABC corrective type wave, ABC. Now here's the problem. We didn't get an impulse. I was expecting some kind of 5-wave impulse down after this 3 waves right there, right? I was expecting something like that, but I didn't get it. So what could it be? Well, my friend over at a different channel called Crypto Hippo, he is advocating that this could be a wedge forming, and it possibly could be something like this. Let me show you what he thinks it could be. I'm going to tell you what I think it could be, what I want it to be, and then we'll just go from there. Just get all that off the screen. So a diagonal, or not a wedge, but a diagonal, I should say. I'm sorry. A diagonal should look something like this. Let's see if we can find a better trend line. That might be better. And it would look something like this. There's a 3-wave move. Okay, a 3-wave move, 3-wave move, 3-wave move, 3-wave move, like that. And it's basically boom, 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 boom. But that's more sideways by doing it that way. So that wouldn't be a fantastic example. Let me just get rid of all that. We need that diagonal to kind of go vertical. Okay. Let's get on a larger times frame so I can fit it in the screen. So it would be something like this. Again, the only problem is that this didn't come down in 3 waves, and so we really need this to come down in 3 waves if this is going to be a diagonal. It needs to be something like this. But it would be basically 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. That's what a diagonal would look like. There would be an ABC structure or a 1, 2, and that's a leading diagonal, 1 wave, any number of things. Okay. Now, as far as I'm concerned right now, there's only 2 counts. Is that all clear as mud? there's only 2 counts in Bitcoin right now. So let me tell you what the 2 counts are and what could be going on. Okay. For me right now, the best I can see, there's actually a 3rd count, but I don't like it as much. But we'll consider it tonight. Okay. Here's the counts for Bitcoin. We have an a WXY correction. Okay, when you zoom out, let me just zoom out to the 8 hour. Okay, actually, let me just zoom out to the 4 day. I'll show you. Make it really small. It just looks, this correction would look like an ABC basically. Okay, and we're waiting for this ABC to finish, but it's not an ABC, it's a WXY. 3 waves, 3 waves, 3 waves. Okay, but we didn't get that. This didn't finish coming down. It kind of took a turn away from us here, but it doesn't mean it's nullified yet, but it's going to be invalidated if we don't start coming down soon. Okay, I'll tell you where it'll be invalidated shortly. Okay, so WXY, the W wave is 3 waves. Okay, the X wave is 3 waves, 1 2 3, X wave there, 1 2 3, and now we need 1 2. Oh, sorry, always do that. 1 2, and we need to be coming down here, guys. If this is going to be a bearish move, it's now or never. It really needs to come down. It can come up to about the 10,700 level and still go down from here. I just don't like it as much, but it still can. So we can still come down to, we can still come up to the 10,700 level and still be bearish. Okay, so you need to understand that. Okay. All right. Now the other potential count is that we're dealing with a triangle. Let's look at that and see what we got. Triangle would be you got 3 waves in A, 3 waves in B, 3 waves in C. Now we need 3 waves in D. Then we'd be coming down one more time. Okay, so triangle's looking like this. Got all this mess on my chart, sorry. So what we'd be getting is basically A, B, C. This looks like it has a strong potential. We need 5 waves in here, okay, to get that. We need 5 waves to finish that out. Our target up there would be going to the 1-to-1 extension roughly. What we do is we project where that would go, right here to there, and we would get about $11,500. So that's where D needs to come, about 11,500 roughly. It could come as low as 11,151. Could come as low as that. Yeah, that's about right. I'd really like to see it come to the 1-to-1. That's the way I would be looking at it. Okay, so that's if it's a triangle. We would also have to redraw this trend line up here to exclude the wicks. I do that in the daily. Basically, I come to the daily chart, and then I just exclude the wicks right here. Draw it like that, exclude all the wicks, go back to the 6 hour, and that gives me a decent trend line there. And that correlates somewhere in the region of 11,000, in that ballpark, 11,400. It'll maybe pull up there somewhere. So anyway, so there's the triangle. So if it comes up here, it doesn't mean we're still bullish quite yet. It just means that we're going to make this 3 waves to the upside, and then we need to see the 3-wave pullback, and then we're off to the races there. Okay, so that's what it would be if it was a triangle. So we've either got WXY or we have a triangle, ABCDE, and every wave needs to be 3 waves. So I'm going to just take a minute, check the chat, see if you guys are asking questions, and see what you're going on. When do we moon? Ha! When do we moon? When moon? I don't know. Soon. We moon soon. This is a Dr. Seuss. 20,000 tonight. Don't think so, rate. Short-term BTC lift is likely to form a bull flag starting now. What time frame are you thinking, Ron, on that bull flag? Let's go on. Alex needed 12-hour close, 10-6 yesterday. 4-hour open and close above to be bullish. Good teaching. Thank you. Thanks, the Night Way. Keith. Let's see. Side note, thoughts on XRP. Yeah, I'll give you some thoughts on XRP. So we got a request. Just remind me of the request, okay? I think we had BAT already requested. Somebody remember? Who wants to keep track of the chart requests for me so I make sure I hit them all? Would somebody do that? Merle, if you're watching, maybe, or Alex, or anybody, just kind of go through for me and go back through the chat, and whoever requests what, put them in order for me, and let me know when to cover those. All right, there's one more count that has us ultra bullish, and I want to tell you what it is. Definitely, Arsalan will promise we'll get to LTC. Promise. Okay. In fact, we're doing that next, and we're going to do Ethereum as well. So we're going to do the big three, in my opinion, and then we're going to hit the others. But right now, just to give you an LTC target, 75 is what we're looking at, 75.50 in that ballpark. Okay, let's see. Let's go back to this other chart here. Yeah, if we don't start moving down pretty soon for BTC, we don't have a whole lot of chance of bear side. So the bears their chance is, they need to move if the bears want to win. Okay, if the bulls want to win, they've kind of making their move right now tonight. But keep in mind, almost every time right before there's a big down move, there's kind of an up move fake out. Can I remind you of a couple of those? Like for instance, like right here on the chart, there's a shoot up move, boom, and then what do? Boom, took it down. Okay, big move to the downside. Then we started going up, and that's a pretty big move right there from 9,400 to 10,900. That's a big move, and then it just goes down from there. So of course it's been corrective, obviously, but still, just keep that in mind. Don't ever get. If one thing I can teach you in the grand scheme of this chart, look, I mean we've not moved that much. We see kind of a big candle and we get all excited, but just chill. Okay, let's wait and see what it does. Don't just jump in because you see some big candle. I mean, Litecoin's got a really, really big candle here, and you're like, oh, I'm gonna lose it. The market always comes back. Okay, I mean, right here, some of y'all sold your Litecoin here. Okay, and it came down. And look what it did. It came right back for you. So I mean, you sometimes have to sit on what you got, or sell it and make sure you buy at the bottom. Buy lower, but the market comes back all the time. And if you think this market is going away on you, it's not. I mean, it might make a move tonight. It might make a pretty decent move. Let me just show you what it's going to do. Let's just pretend it comes all the way up here. You know what it's going to do tomorrow and the next day? Boom, 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 boom. Right down here. And then it'll go on maybe. But that's the point. The market's going to come back. It's not going to leave you behind. You're not going to lose out. Okay, so just some of y'all are new to trading, and that's the first thing you gotta remember and learn is the market always comes back. Okay, all right. Stream health is okay. Y'all still doing okay? Everything looking all right? Okay. So there's one more count I need to kind of show you here in Bitcoin, and then we'll ask some questions here. Okay, my wife's in there doing pots and pans. My mom used to do that when I was a kid. Saturday mornings, man, she's banging pots and pans. I was like, let us sleep. We'll do the dishes. All right. Here's another possibility for a count. Somebody has postulated that we have already had a WXY, that this WXY is actually complete. Because the only requirements for a WXY to finish is that the Y wave must come to at least the 61.8 extension of the W wave. That means it's a truncated Y. Okay, so basically, I know these lines here on the are looking like they're triangular. I just have them as trend lines, so don't worry about that. Okay, so what that would mean here is if we measure the W to the X, W to the X, what you see here is that this wave came. Let me just move this over here. There we go. What you see is that this wave came right to the 618 extension. Okay, that technically can be a WXY and it's finished. It's done. And so what you're then seeing potentially is an impulse wave to the upside, 5-wave impulse, and that's what you have here, 5-wave impulse. Nobody doubts that. You've got an ABC correction to the downside. That's a 1-wave and a 2-wave. And now what we're doing is making the 1 wave of the 3rd wave, which the 3rd wave is the big wave. Okay, this is the one that's going to shoot to the moon, and you need to catch it. Okay, if it is such a thing. So this would be 1, this is 2, and then the 3rd wave goes like that. Now that's a possibility, but it's not a certainty. You have to understand that. It's on the table as a possibility. So that is the very, very bullish count. Okay, that is the very, very bullish scenario. Now, we would need to see a 5-wave impulse, which we have not gotten yet. It only looks 3-wave-ish. Okay, and so that's why because this looks like 3 waves. Now I've got a way to count it where it could be part of an impulse wave, and I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. So there's a big question mark here, but basically, are we going to see some kind of a wedge here? Because, or not a wedge, but a diagonal, because diagonals are basically diagonals are 3-wave structures for the most part. They can be 5 waves, but there's 3 waves moves basically. So are we we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 correction and then up. Okay, so that's what we would expect. So we're going to see that here. So really, it matters what happens very soon. So here's, at the end of the day, without needing to know a bunch of LE wave, let me just simplify it for you. If we get a break above this top, okay, the bull scenario to go down to $7,500, in my opinion, it's done. It's over. Can't happen. It won't happen from an Elliott wave perspective. So if we break this top of 10,900, the WXY down to 7,500, I think is invalidated, as far as I can tell. Now, if we get a move below this last low, we're at least coming back down to this trend line, minimum. Most likely going to hit that $7,500 target. Most likely. I would be really surprised if we bounce off this trend line. Now, if we break this low right here, it's on. It's definitely on. Okay, so that low right there is about 92.83, 92 something, 92.90, 9,300 for all intents and purposes. Shoot, if we break the $9,100 range, 90.50 in that range, it's definitely on. So there's always confirmations that grow as the thing is moving. So we are in the middle of no man's land. Okay, and that's why. And the market makers know that, and they're collecting as many orders as they can, and they're the ones printing the candles. They have algorithms and computer programs that understand Elliott wave, and they understand support and resistance traders. They understand breakout traders. They have software written that understands everybody's trading habits, takes that into account, and they write and print candles with their money that suck traders in, because that's the way they make money. They make money, their algorithms their bots make money off of retail traders like you and me. Okay? So, let's see. Yeah, Ron, just reading the AM hours, I'm expecting probably 2 a.m. We're probably going to get a move. Probably going to get a move. A lot of times at 6 a.m. the move starts as well. 6 to 7 Eastern, Central Time. That's my time. So that's 7 to 8 o'clock Eastern Time. A lot of time the move happens then as well. So be careful. But yeah, it looks imminent for a move for sure. Everyone's looking for a trade. Yep. Yeah, this is probably just an algo pump, but that being said, this has not made it above or up to, this is Litecoin, up to the 1618 yet. So let me get Ethereum on my screen here just so I can go back and forth on that one as well. Okay. Now Ethereum is one of the best charts, and I want to look at Ethereum with you because Ethereum is playing nicely with the way the waves are forming. You can see that we had some bouncing here around the 1276, but now we're making a play to the 1618, and that's really interesting. Okay, because then we would need to be thinking that this is a 1, a 2, and this could be a 3 wave. It doesn't have to be, as long as it stops short or stops at the 1618 and reverses from there. What I'm seeing here, however, is 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 waves. So this looks like a 5-wave completion here. Let's look at it from on the 1 hour time frame and just take a peek. Right here. This looks like a 3rd wave right here. We may get a push up, guys. So this wave right here, there's a sub wave count right here. I got 1, 2, all this is 3, 4, and then 5 to the upside. Maybe. So sometimes just comparing the chart, seeing what everybody's doing and what fib levels kind of tells you what everybody's doing. Litecoin is pumping. It's pumping up to the 1618 here. It's just wave structure is so challenging. It makes me think that we might have a, this is an ABC, and then we've got an ABC to the downside, and now we're getting another, another move. That would be too high. I guess not. But you can see how it looks like a clear, like a 5-wave structure. But this wave doesn't extend, unless that's just a big stinking 4th wave. But I just don't see the 5 waves and a 3rd. It's just the way that wave is. I can't count the subwaves. I don't understand it completely. It still feels corrective to me. Check the chat here. Yep. Okay, I thought about sharing an RSI trading strategy with you guys tonight. Okay, corrective, Sandra. Corrective means it is going against the trend. Okay, so if the trend is up, correction is down. Okay, if the trend is down, corrective is up. Okay, so let me show you. So just looking at this right here, the trend is up, right? So these waves that go counter trend are corrective waves. Okay, now the problem with saying it that way is that this entire wave, in my opinion, is an entire corrective structure. Let me just show you that. Zooming out, the big picture. Okay, the trend is down. It's obviously down, right? So every wave that you see that goes up is a corrective wave to the trend. Okay, so you have smaller corrections and larger corrections. Okay, So that's a trend direction. There's correction. Trend direction, correction. Trend, correction. Trend, correction. But it's a bigger one. So what am I thinking? I think we're going to get some trending again. It might not be. This could be reversal. If it's reversal, we probably need to see some divergence on the larger time frame on the RSI. Let's see if I can. I got glare on my screen, guys, and I can't see. I'm going to turn it down. It may mess my video up a little bit. Okay. Yeah, it might mess the video up, but I can see it a little bit better. When you have a reversal, we generally have divergence on the higher time frames. Let me go to the 2 hour. I really don't have any divergence here. I really don't. Let me show you what divergence is, guys, if you don't know. Let me show you what divergence is. For instance, right up here, you would agree with me that the trend in Litecoin changed from an uptrend now to a downtrend. So the trend changed right here, right? Okay. So when I draw a line, get off my screen, get over here. Okay. When I draw a trend line up here at the top peaks here, you can see it's going up in an up direction. On the RSI, the peak that's associated with this peak is right here, and this peak is associated with this peak. And when I draw a line across those peaks, they're going down. And so what you have there is a trend line on the price going up, while you have a trend line on the RSI going down. And that's what we call divergence. They have diverged from each other. The lines are diverging from each other. Okay, they're not going the same direction. So when you have divergence like that, that's telling you there's going to be a trend change likely to happen. Okay, so generally when you see a trend change, you're looking for some divergence. There is no divergence here at all. No divergence. I mean, every time you have a large trend change, you generally have some divergence. Now this might be a larger correction than what this is. This might be continuing to go up, and we might get some divergence. We'll have to wait and see. But in fact, if I just draw a little trend line here, draw that trend line there. Oh, come on. Yeah, I think I had this in a channel earlier. There's a channel, and it's trading nicely in a channel. We might just get, bump right off this trend line, this middle line, and continue down. So anyway, yeah, there's no divergence there on the 6 hour on the bottom here at all. Generally, we have divergence on trend changes. It doesn't have to be, I guess, but in a general rule, there is divergence. Interesting though, if you check this out, right now we have price moving, the peaks are going up, but if you'll notice, we have price going down right here. Okay, now if we get a higher move to the upside, this divergence might be wiped out. But right now we've got bearish divergence on the RSI here on the 2 hour chart. On this 2 hour chart. So we'll have to wait and see. We'll have to wait and see what happens. That, like I said, that divergence might get wiped out if price continues to the upside. But if price reverses here or starts kind of backing off here, that's gonna, and that 2 hour close is in 8 minutes. Then this RSI might continue down, and we've got that divergence there. So yeah, okay. Yeah. All right, Sandra, does that help you with corrective and impulse? So impulse with the trend, corrective against the trend. Okay. If anybody's watching the Philly game, let me know how Ertz is doing. He's on my fantasy team. I need him to have a big night. So let me know. Okay, how we doing? We got 28 in the chat. Still doing okay? Okay. Anybody interested in in learning a trading strategy with RSI, or should I just go on to Litecoin and just kind of talk about what I'm seeing here? Let's just talk about the Elliott wave here from Litecoin. And okay, RSI, I will get to that trading strategy. I'll disclose. Thanks for the thanks for the score. I don't care so much how Philly does, because I'm a Redskins fan. We lost today and lost against them last week, but I'm from the East Coast, so Redskins are my team. But I've had a sad several decades. Our time is coming one day. Okay, I'm having a hard time here with this this wave. This LTC kind of looked like a diagonal. It just, I don't have 5 waves there, and it doesn't finish like a diagonal. It kind of looks like a downward facing wedge, and we broke out of it, you know. But again, I don't trade chart patterns, you know. See how I'm just here to tell you that this wave is nothing but hard. It's just nothing but hard. I don't know how to make heads or tails of it, to be honest with you. I had a WXY before, but you know, this kind of comes past the 1618 there. I mean, it could be, you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, and this was a 5th wave, and we're making the first wave to the upside. I don't know. This might be our first wave reversal. Who knows? I kind of think we got one more wave to the downside, but I don't know. With this latest move, it's making me think no. But again, here's what I've learned in the market. I will think a certain thing for a long time, and then once the waves actually start beginning to take their shape, it'll completely trick me out, and I'll change my opinion. I'll trade it a different way, and sure enough, it goes the way I thought forever. So I've been waiting for a down move. So here's what we're going to know here pretty quick. Until we get to $79, Litecoin is corrective. Okay? When we get to $79, if we get to $79, then we're dealing with Litecoin being impulsive. It's an impulse. Okay, that doesn't mean get in the market at $79. I'm just saying that I'm not thinking bullish about Litecoin until it gets to $79 for me. That's going to be my criteria. All this measures correctively so far, and it'll be corrective until you get to the 76. See, my fibs are in the wrong place here. Let me get them in the right place. Because it's like 75.50. There it is. 75.50 and 78.62. Those are your fib levels. Okay? Yeah, Keith. Another reason not to like you, man. I'm just playing. I don't have any other reasons to not to like you, brother. You did stomp us today. I did play Randall Cobb. He had a great week last week, and he didn't have a good week this week. So my fantasy team struggling a little bit this week, but we'll have to see. Let's see. So anyway, Litecoin, I'm looking for 75.54. I'm still got a target up there. Now, if we don't break 73.23, we have still a possibility to be bearish from here. So this could be a 1-2 wave, and then we're going down. Okay, that might be what's being set up, but I can't be certain of that. I still have a target up here at 75.54. So watch it. Be careful. we haven't quite hit the 618 yet extension. Let me get down to the 1 hour. Yeah, 72.21 is the 1618. We might hit it, but it looks like we got a wave to come down. All right, so let's watch that guy. Ethereum, the target that I'm watching for is 196.90. If we hit 196.90, we might be thinking more bullish than we are. So let's watch and see what the wave structure does there. And then Bitcoin's moving a little bit still. Let's look at that. Let's look back at that quick. I was just so surprised that, guys, I feel like Bitcoin needs to come down. Everything needs to come down. Down. I'm having a nervous breakdown. No, not really. If we break this top here, we break 10.4. If we break 10.460, we're going up higher. Okay, going up higher. So if we break 10.460, look for it to go higher. I'm feeling like we're not going to break. I think this is just a fake out pump to the upside before they take it down. I don't know. But I know we're in a scary place in the charts. Oh, Josh, that's all right, brother. One of my best friends is a Patriot fan. Josh DeStefano. His name's Josh too. He loves Tom Brady. All right. Okay, let me get you some charts here. It's gone on long enough here. I'm kind of slow tonight, and I will also show you if you want to stick around for my RSI trading strategy. If you would copy and paste Merle, if you would copy and paste the what do you call it? The charts we're supposed to look at, that would be great, and then I will make sure that I do it. Okay, thanks. Awesome. BAT. Let's look at BAT. That was first. Let's look at it on the Kraken exchange. It's a horrible exchange. Let's try a different exchange. There's some more data. There's some more data. Whoa. Let's take a peek. Well, the 1276 is down here. We've almost come to it. We haven't quite made it. It's probably got another dip coming. So let's watch 0.1446. I would watch that level and see what price does at that level. That might be a good place to enter for a long and get a good bounce there. It's a fib level, and it's an extension off this wave here. Looks like you got an A, a B, and then you got 1, 2, 3, 4, finishing the fifth wave. Looks like we're in the I don't know, something like the fourth wave of the fifth or something like that. So it looks like we got to come down again. We may go even lower, but I would watch 0.1446049 if you can see that. 0.1446. There's BAT. So Crypto Crazy 1, there's BAT for you. Anything else you need to know about BAT? Okay. Let's see. What was the next one? Link against BTC. Let's look at USD first. Let's look at Binance. It's probably been on there. There we go. Here's Link on the 8-hour. Wow. Let's go log scale. Okay. So link already passed the 1276. Looks like we're heading down to the 1618. So the next fib level target we're looking at is 1.245. Looks like we got some more downside to go. I'd be watching 1.2455 potentially. It looks like more down. 1, 2, 3. Yeah, it's down. 1.245. That's link. Yeah, 2017. Yeah, wow. That's what I'm seeing there. I mean, it's when it passes the 1276, you expect it to hit the next fib level. All right. What's next on the list? XRP. Let's look at XRP. Let's look at it. I guess we'll do Binance again, or Binance. It's fine. Can't go much lower, can you? It's just trading sideways, guys, until Bitcoin does something big, you know, until Bitcoin starts moving. I imagine a pump is going to be coming pretty soon. Let's look at it on log scale. That doesn't help. There's an XRP pump coming. Now's a good buy time. I'd be sure of it, but dag on. How much lower can it go? XRP is ready to move at some point. I don't know when though. I'd wait for it to move first. Let's look at it closer. Skipping every other wave and just looking at this last wave. Hit the 1-to-1 extension. Have been going sideways. Oh, excuse me. So we hit the 1-to-1. We only wicked down to it. I would expect, can't be certain, but maybe another push down. I mean, that's just my bias on all of these. We need another push down, and we're going to get it. Watch 0.228. Watch that level. 0.228. Watch that level and see what happens. 0.228 on XRP. Do you know the chart name, Dragonfly, the CME futures? Let's see. Dash was next. Let's look up Dash quick. Ooh, Dash is moving a little bit better than the others, isn't it? That's a lower low, so there's wave one there. This came up, wicked up to the 1276, but that was just a wick. Then it's been working its way up, and it bounced off the 1-to-1 extension. We might go on up here to the 1276. This looks like a diagonal in the making. This is a good example of a diagonal. Okay. I'm going to exclude that wick. So this is kind of a good example of a diagonal, maybe. One can't, no, two can't be, yeah, so this has to be one. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Gonna have a retest down here, then up. So that's what that looks like to me. Doesn't have to do that. This could just be an ABC correction right here, ABC. And then we could be 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 coming down. More. So keep in mind it doesn't have to do that. See if we can figure it out here. Dash is a little bit of a better chart than all the other ones. I like it better. Well. Same kind of thing with Dash as XRP. I think they're just waiting and riding this bottom here for Bitcoin to finish correcting and show some bull. This could be your one wave right here, what we just had, and this is the two wave. Haven't quite made the 1276 yet from this first wave, so it might still come down to 71.81, 71.81. That's the 1276. So it may still come on down there. This might be one more wave to the downside. Can't be certain, but that's what it's kind of looking like. Let me see here what y'all been saying. Hey, glad you caught a live stream, Dinosaur. Muscle Cars, what's up, man? Yeah, it'll be the BTC upside. We'll go to it back in just a minute. Looks like Litecoin's having a correction here. Let's check that out. I don't know the CME's chart, Dragonfly. That's future, isn't it? Just BTC futures. Let's just type in. Bitcoin futures right there. It's just Bitcoin futures. Which one do you want? Dragonfly. Just type in BTC and the first one on the list will be BTC futures. So which chart do you want? Have a good night, man. Godspeed, brother. There'll be a video out tomorrow. You can always watch the rest of this live stream if you want later. So hope it's been helpful. So there it is right here, the futures chart. Stupid triangle. This looks more down to me than the regular chart. Look at that. It's coming to a head, ain't it? It's coming to a head. That looks fantastic. That looks down. That's the way that looks to me. Yep. That's the way that looks to me. Thanks for showing me that. I've never really looked at this futures chart before. Let's look at it from interesting. I've never messed with this chart. See how corrective that is? That looks corrective too. Have to wait and see what happens. So we have to wait and see if we break 10.5. We'll have to reassess. So yeah, shows the gaps. Cool. What's GBTC? What's that? Did you want to see Atom, Alex? And I don't even know what that one is. Well, just looking at that, it looks like we need to come on down, at least to the trend line, 9,600, and probably break lower. But that's the way I see it. Hey, Jose, what's up, man? All right. Litecoin getting a little bit of a pullback there. So, okay, cool. Dash is going to be on Coinbase Pro soon. It's a good chart. I like the chart. I like Dash's chart. It's moving nicely. So another good chart is the Tezos. Tezos is a nice chart. Let me look that one up for a second. What is it? XT. What's up, James? Isn't it XTZ, isn't it? James, you figured out this stupid Bitcoin yet, man? You figured it out yet? No, it's not. It's not technically a triangle until we get a third wave to the upside on what we're doing right now. It's not. I mean, it can be. It hasn't been invalidated yet, but it can. But it is. For BTC to be a triangle, let me show you what it needs to be. I said it earlier, but I'll just say it again here. The trend lines, number one, that the only way to draw the trend lines are excluding the wicks on the daily. So you have to kind of play with the trend lines a little bit, like that. And then we need to have 3 waves here to the upside, something like that. So we need 3, 3, 3, 3, then we need 3 down, and then when you're off to the races like that. So that's the. I'll look at XTZ, Ron. I'll go back to it. I'm ADD when it comes to this sometimes. Reading the chat. So let me know, James, if put your link to your chart if you got a good chart for us for BTC. Love to see it. XTZ, just to play with Tezos for a minute. Yeah, Tezos is a nice looking chart. It's just kind of, it moves nicely. It's not too bad. Let's go to the daily or the 2-day. Just kind of see. So you can see this move right here. It's kind of an odd. Let's see what it is on log scale. Yep, cool. So it comes to the 1276 right there. This looks kind of diagonalish. Just looking at it. It's kind of trading within this range there. So if these are going to break out here, it's going to pump back down to the downside there. Looks like it needs to come down one more time. That's what I think. One more time. One more down push. LTC needs to come down one more time. Ethereum needs to come down one more time. Bitcoin needs to come down one more time. That's my take. You have a chart of goodness? Well, put the link on here to Telegram and I'll let it through, bro. I would love to see your chart of goodness, sir. And I'll pull it up. I will pull it up, sir. And we'll look at James's chart. If anybody else has a chart, you can put it up there from not Telegram, but TradingView. And do you a favor. Yeah, what do you want? I basically trade Bitcoin and Litecoin. Yep. If there's something else, I've traded Link before for some scalp trades, but if there's pretty much those are my favorite too. Okay, let me just take some time. I'm going to show you an RSI strategy you don't need Elliott Wave for. That might help you for some trades. Okay, let me show you an RSI strategy you might like. This is for longer term. It needs to be on the 2 hour. Let me show you on the Litecoin chart how to work it. So what you need to do is you need to be on a 2 hour chart. You need to have the RSI pulled up. Okay. Now your RSI settings are going to be now when you go to the RSI, you need to change the settings to 10. Okay. Normally it's 14, so change it to 10. Just trust me. All right. Also, what you'll also notice on my chart is let me just pull up the RSI all by itself. What you'll notice on my RSI here is I've got a moving average on it. So the way you do that, the way you add a moving average to your RSI is you right click. No, sorry. Where do you right click? I thought it was right here. There it is. Okay. So what you do, this little arrow here to the downside on the RSI, you click it, and add the indicator on RSI, and you choose your moving average, a simple moving average, and you set the settings to 10. So that's how you set the chart up. Okay. Now the the way the signal, it gives you signals to buy and sell pretty much. If you're in a downtrend, you want to be looking for signals, for shorting. Obviously, you only if it's downtrend, you're only looking for signals to the downside. If you're in an uptrend, you want to look for the signals to the upside, obviously. Okay, so let's talk about how to do this and what is the signal. So on your RSI, you want to make sure that you have 70 and 30 are your upper and lower settings. Okay, so the upper line is 70, your upper band is 70, your lower band is 30. That's your oversold and overbought. No, Robert, I'm not merging them. I'm putting an average on the RSI. In other words, it's giving you an average of the RSI numbers. Okay, so it's smoothing out the RSI line is what it's doing. But I'm also using it as like a moving average crossover, and I'm going to show you how I do it. Okay, so anyway, this will give you pretty decent signals. So here's how it works. You also need a moving average on your chart. I'm just going to clear my chart here. I'm going to remove all drawing tools. Okay, and just have a moving average set to 10, a simple moving average set to 10 on the chart up above. And here's how the trade works. Okay, when you get to, for instance, an oversold region right here, okay, again, this is on a 2-hour chart. Okay, when price moves into the oversold region, okay, like this has, and the mountain of the RSI has 2 peaks on it. I like it to have 2 peaks. Doesn't have to, but I like it better when it has 2 peaks. When it has 2 peaks, the RSI then will move past the it'll move past the moving average line, right? And so when it does that, that's giving you a signal that price is changing directions when that line crosses the moving average in the RSI. So that is what we call a leading indicator. That's the leading indicator for a trade. That's telling you the trade is about to take place. So first off, the criteria are it needs to be in the oversold condition, okay, and price needs to have moved back there. I like it to have 2 peaks. Doesn't have to, but I like it to. And then price, the RSI moves back across the MA, the moving average. When it crosses it, notice like right here, for instance, in this area on my chart, you can see where my dotted line is. My dotted line, it actually right here on this candle is where it moves. Okay, and this is a 2-hour candle. So you want to see that. You want to see that come. You want to see this come across. So once you do that, that tells you, okay, a trade is setting up. Then, but that's not the trade. You don't want to enter there because you can get fake outs all the time. So the confirmation of the trade is when you look at the price line up here, and when the price has moved beyond the RSI and closed beyond it, that's your entry. Okay, you might wait for the next candle. Often you'll get a pullback a little bit. You enter for a really good entry, and then you take it to This would be an example of a short trade, for instance. Okay, and so you would have traded that from 68 down to 64. That would have been a $4 swing trade. Okay, so let me show you another place where it could have worked. Now that's the way you can use the the indication for just a short-term swing trade, a short-term scalp trade, I should say. Okay, let's look at for a long indication. So right down here, price came down into the oversold condition, and then what it did is it oscillated to the side for a little bit. Okay, and then price crossed the moving average right here. Okay, but so price crossed on this candle right here, that candle. So it actually is telling you price is about to change directions once it's oversold and it crosses the moving average. Second, the trade begins once the price actually moves past the moving average. I like there to be a retest, which this one you got kind of a pretty decent retest of $2 or $3. That might have scared you out. You might wait for that retest. It's up to you. But even if you entered here at what 63.50, it only came down to 62.60, so it wasn't that big of a deal. A little bit of a drawdown, but then you could trade it to the upside. Okay, to the next oversold, and then that would have been a trade of, I don't know, $64 to $71 Litecoin trade there. So this is actually a strategy that I created personally, studying the RSI and the way it moves and the way it functions. And I tried to come up with a strategy that had some clear signals that anybody could do if you just followed the rules carefully. Okay, let's go to the bull market and show you where we had some really good entries and exits. Now, I'm using this right now. The two examples I just gave you were scalp trades. I actually like to use this longer term. So let me show you when you're in a bull trend. Let me show you what kind of signals this gives you on occasion. Okay, so let's just go down to the beginning of the bull run. I'll just show you a couple of places. This is just in the middle. Let me just show you here. For instance, so you can see how price tanked right here, okay? And it shows in the RSI. It came to the oversold condition, and then what it did is it bounced back across the moving average down here in the RSI. That's telling you the trade is setting up. Then once you see the trade set up there, you go look up here and you say, okay, once price crosses the moving average here and closes beyond it, there's your entry. Okay, and so now it can always come back down on you, so you need to have your stop losses. But that's the cool thing about this strategy, is that the stop losses are close by. Okay, so this kind of came, and you see if you had traded this up to the I actually have some divergence rules for longer term that you don't get out of the trade until you see divergence on the higher end, especially in a bull move. But I'm just trying to show you the signals right now. But you could have traded this one. This one wouldn't have been a great example, but it's a $43 to $49 right there. You would have gotten out right here, up here, once it got oversold. Anyway, if you waited till you saw divergence, you would have gotten out here, up here at about $57. Okay, there's more to this, but that's just the basic idea of that trade. I just wanted to kind of show you something different. I've never really shown. I don't show people a lot of that because that's a kind of a hallmark of it's something I created. I'm still working on the signals it gives, and working on developing a way that gives us really good signals all the time. But anyway, that's a signal strategy using the RSI and moving averages. Okay. All right. There are 3 different counts on this chart. Where's your chart? Put the link in if you can. Yep, I was saying that earlier, James, that all the counts are on thin ice right now. They could literally go any way right now, any way with it. No, I don't see the link. It didn't show up. There it is. Okay, I showed it. Let me go to the dashboard here. See if I can pull it up. Come on, load that chat. The chat's taking a while to load. Yeah, I'll show you how to add the indicator on the RSI. Sure. While this chat's loading, I will do that for you. So on the RSI here, you see that little down arrow right there, Tom? Right there. Click the down arrow there. Add indicator on RSI. This is TradingView, and then just find your indicator. I just put a simple moving average on there, just a plain moving average. Let's see if this thing is loaded yet. Still loading. Sorry, guys. Did anybody watch that explanation of that trade idea using the RSI? I don't know what's taking so long for this thing to do. So Tom, if you use that, basically wait for the RSI to cross the moving average, and then that gives you the signal. Then wait for price to cross the moving average, and then there's your signal for buys and sells. Okay, finally made it to the end. All right, it's not letting me click on it, so let me just highlight it here. Copy. Let's open another browser. We're going to check out James Myers' chart. I'm highly interested in other people's viewpoints. I'm not the only guy who knows anything in the world. So it's not coming up, James. Hey, James, do me a favor. Send me the link in Messenger. Send me the link in Messenger. Tom, just message me or just leave me a message if you need some more instruction on it. I'd be glad to look at it with you. I'll help you. The dot before the com. Oh, did it not? Oh, okay. Gotcha. It's still not coming up. I don't want to search it. Da da da! I got it. All right. All right. So this is you're counting this as a wave, B, C, D, E. So there's the triangle. Yep. And that right there is 11.5. So yep, that's we talked about that as a potential. Let's see. The yellow count is a W, X, and a Y. Still looking at that potential count. And then the blue count is a W, an X. Oh, X way up here and then Y way down here. Interesting. Okay. That would fake, man, would that fake everybody out or what? Wow. Wow. I got it. I think I got it, James. We're good. So, yeah, so there you go. So, potential here. I can't draw on this screen really, but the two, yeah, my two counts are the yellow count and the green count. I haven't considered the blue count. Can everybody see it? Okay. So W, and then you've got an A, a B, and we're getting a C wave for the X here. And that would be a flat, basically. And that would be, wouldn't that be just like the market makers? Just to screw us all up? Boom. Wow. I hadn't considered that one. So yeah, there's a possibility, guys. I can paint, but no fibs. Yeah, that's all right. Cool. All right, I see it. I understand it. All right. Thanks for sharing that, James. Appreciate it. Yeah, X can come all the way up here to the top of this. So here, let me just show you in my chart what it would be. What James is saying. So what you're saying is, okay, just clean chart right there. There it is. So this is W, okay, and this would be X coming up here to the level W, X, Y, and this would basically kind of be a flat, and this whole structure would kind of come up that high and then back down. So the fibs on that, what would that be? Up here, somewhere around here. So if it came up to the 1276 or the 1-to-1 extension, There's the 1-to-1 extension. You got 79.29 or 66.28 if it did that. So this is James's idea. That would make people cry. Okay, could come all the way up here as well. So if it came all the way up here, we'd be looking at 87.57 and 7,500. So that's how we would get to 7,500. Up here like that. Well, there's a possibility. James, I talked about a possibility that someone shared with me yesterday in his video, that the WXY is done. Have you seen that one? So the WXY is finished. WX. This is Y, comes with the 618 extension, the minimum, and then this is just the beginning of the next wave set going up. So yeah, I don't know. To wait and see. Bring on the pain. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I hit the 618. So could be done. Could be done. All right, y'all. I think that's been a good live stream tonight. Sorry about all the trouble in the beginning. If you missed it, great. If not, anything I can answer any questions you might have, or share anything else you want to see. Other than that, I think we're about ready to call it a night, aren't we? If anybody has any questions about that, the RSI trade, I'd be glad to answer questions or show you how to do it again. If you want to see the signals on BTC, I can show you the signals here. So just a last chance for anybody that wants to see that RSI strategy. So I'll give everybody a chance to look at that. How we doing? Hey Ron, thanks for that, buddy. Appreciate it. Merle, good to see you, man. Glad you were here. James, thanks for sharing your chart, brother. Appreciate it. Alex, thanks for you were here the whole time. Thank you, bro. Carolyn, you're always sweetie. Thank you, Sandra. Backed thoughts. I think we got to go lower. I didn't see that. Sorry, I missed that, Sandra. Yeah, backed. I think it needs to go lower. I think they're going to want to buy cheaper. That's my take. So yeah, good night. Hey, no problem on the update. Enjoy. I always look forward to this, man. It's fun. It gives me some people to know and talk to, and just kind of put some personalities, not faces. I can't see your faces, but put some personalities with who I'm talking to every morning on my channel. So. All right, well, I hope you guys have a fantastic evening. I enjoyed it. I will bring a chart in the morning. Let's see what happens overnight. And you guys in Telegram, I'll see y'all in a little while. All right, talk to y'all later. Have a great night. We're going to cut the stream. Bye-bye.